Saba, and I welcome you all on our official YouTube channel. So, good morning, everyone. I'm perfectly fine, Sanjeev. What about you all? So, guys, let me know quickly. Are we live now today? Is this session streaming? Are we live now? So, yes, the session is live. Okay. So, quickly join in the session. ठीक है जल्दी से सेशन को ज्वाइन कर लीजिए लाइक दिस सेशन एंड शेयर दिस सेशन विद अदर्स ओके so yesterday we had problem, but from now onwards we are not going to have that stream issue because tech team has fixed that. Okay. एक बार सभी लोग जल्दी से सेशन को ज्वाइन कर लीजिए सेशन को लाइक और शेयर कर दीजिए सो दैट वी कैन स्टार्ट अवर सेशन ठीक है if I talk about day before yesterday's homework, so it was done by Chirag, Apurv, Ankita, Rekha, Naveen, Shiva, all these people did the homework. ठीक है ये परसों का homework है because yesterday we couldn't have the session. So it's my request to all of you, quickly join in the session, like this session, share this session with others, and subscribe to our YT channel. Okay. Glimpse of the session. Is it so Apurv? Achha, sorry, I didn't check that. Today I will be taking that article also. Achha, I will go through that. I will check it Apurv. Okay. Now, guys, the glimpse of the session. What are the things we are going to do today? Today there is a bit difference. So, what we are going to do today, I'm telling you. कि आज क्या क्या करने वाले हैं, ठीक है? So as usual, we will start with the revision session. ये revision session जो होगा because yesterday we couldn't have. So day before yesterday का परसों के जो भी words थे, we are going to quickly revise those words. Okay. Today we are going to cover the important vocabs of yesterday's session also and today's session because yesterday's session was also very informative. Okay. So we are going to revise that of both the sessions, yesterday's sessions also and today's session also. Okay. We are going to have idioms and phrases also, phrasal verbs also, and complete analysis of two articles we will be having. The first article will be of today's session, second article will be of that data protection bill that is very important. So both the articles we are going to discuss. Is it clear? तो कल की जो एक important article थी that also we will discuss और आज की जो एक important article है that also we will discuss. Okay. Grammar learning, it is something that is the error on the part of editor. ये editor का error है that we will be detecting today. Tone objective we will be having practice exercise that is a homework. So in short, I can say you are going to have each and every component of this editorial. Okay. So quickly join in the session, share this session with others, subscribe to our YT channel, like this session guys. ठीक है चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं सेशन को आई होप एवरीवन इज रेडी फॉर दिस रिवीजन सेशन इट इज प्योरली ऑफ डे बिफोर यस्टरडेज ठीक है जो भी वो कैब हमने देखे थे वो वाला है so let me know quickly are you all ready shall we start this session गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन अ वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू चलिए जल्दी से बताइए स्टार्ट करें हम लोग रिवीजन सेशन राइट इट इन द कमेंट सेक्शन एवरीवन इज रेडी चलिए लेट्स सी मैच दीज वर्ड्स विद देयर सिनोनिम्स और एंटोनिम्स वेरी क्विक रिप्लाई so leeway as you know yes good लीवे एज यू नो फ्रीडम और स्कोप ऑफ डूइंग समथिंग योर परमिशन कि आपको किसी भी चीज को करने की कितनी फ्रीडम है ओके सो फ्रीडम टू डू समथिंग योर स्कोप टू डू समथिंग दैट इज कॉल्ड लीवे ओके सो परमिसेबल लिमिट यू कैन से जो रेंज आपको करने की लिमिट है दैट इज कॉल्ड लीवे ओके सो फॉर एवरीथिंग यू हैव गॉट अ लिमिट उसके बियॉन्ड आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं सो ए इज मैच्ड विद टू इटरेशन एज यू नो repetition of any process so किसी भी चीज का बार बार जो repetition होता है occurrence होता है that is called iteration so B will be matched with fourth fiduciary as I told you fiduciary basically we call to trustee a person who takes care of your wealth also and a person on whom you can have trust so that is called fiduciary so C will be matched with one rules basically we call to so this word is paired with stratagem that is called trick okay so trick stratagem strategy ploy all these words you can use ठीक है so D will be matched with seventh Ambivalent basically we call to something that has two meanings. Okay, something that is confused. So ambiguous, double meaning words. So in the same way, ambivalent refers to equivocal, dubious, you can say. Dubious, doubtful, something that is not clear to you. Okay? So E will be matched with sixth. Inflict, we say to impose. So impose something wrong, impose some unwelcome thing on someone, that is called inflict. So F will be matched with fifth. And punitive we call to corrective, punitive measures. It means remedial, corrective, that is called punitive. Okay. So remedial, corrective, these all are the synonyms. So G is matched with third. So 2417653 is the correct answer. Yes, well done. 2417653, correct. Now let's see the next slide. Match these idioms and phrasal verbs with their meanings. You have 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, I will reply. Good, Arjun. Very good, Jia. Yes. Good. Apurv, I think you have to check two pairs. Okay, चलिए देखते हैं. Bring to light, as we say, bring to light basically we call to divulge. Divulge means expose something, reveal. So expose, reveal, ये सारे synonyms होते हैं bring to light के. किसी भी चीज को जिसको हिंदी में कहते हैं हम लोग उजागर करना. Okay, so divulge, expose, reveal, these are the synonyms of bring to light. So A is matched with third. Mince no word means call a spade a spade. It means to speak directly without any concern that it is your words are going to offend someone. आपको उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Whatever you know, and that too you are honest. You are honest. It is not that you are offending someone. You are honest and you are speaking the truth. Now that truth might hurt others. Okay, so that is called means no word. So B will be matched with two. In effect means really, in reality, really, that is called in effect. So C is matched with seventh. Fall short means fail to meet the expectation. कि किसी के expectation पे खरा नहीं उतरना, that is called fall short. So D is matched with first. Do away with means discard something. So discard, completely abolished, that is called do away with. Okay. So E is matched with sixth. An out basically we call to fix something. Okay, किसी भी चीज को fix कर देना, settle something, fix something, that is called an out. So F will be matched with fourth. And bring down basically we call to demolish, cause to fall. So G is matched with fifth. Okay, so 3271645. Clear everyone? 3271645. Acha, Madhurima was correct. Apur was correct, right? Any confusion, guys? Because initially I think Arju and Jia, did you check? So fall short will be matched with one, that is fail to meet expectation, and bring down basically we call to cause to fall. So cause to fall means this carries the sense of raise. So I hope Jia and Arju it is clear to you, right? So bring down basically we call to demolish, cause to fall मतलब किसी चीज को गिराना. And fall short basically we call to fail to meet someone's expectation. So there was a confusion in these two words, 1 and 5. Okay, चलिए. सो इट वॉज ऑल अबाउट योर डे बिफोर यस्टरडे सेशन. ठीक है, रिविजन सेशन हो गया. चलिए आज स्टार्ट करते हैं आज का सेशन. देखिए आज के सेशन के लिए मैं फिर से बता दे रही हूँ, वी आर कवरिंग वन आर्टिकल ऑफ टुडेज सेशन, वन आर्टिकल ऑफ यस्टरडे सेशन. ठीक है. द फर्स्ट वर्ड ऑफ टुडेज सेशन इज इथोस. सो इथोस बेसिकली वी कॉल टू डिस्टिंग्विश्ड कैरेक्टर, spirit of something, temper, mood, all these are the synonyms of the word ethos. Ethos we say na, ethos of something. So special characteristic of something, that is called ethos. Spirit, temper, mood, disposition, all these words you can use. Okay, so ethos is a noun. So किसी भी चीज के spirit के लिए to refer to the distinguished character of something we can use the word ethos. Next word we have is quadrennial. So quadrennial, as we say, recurring every 4 years. So quad word, it refers to four, and this word refers to year. So something that happens in every 4 year. So that is called quadrennial. Okay. What word we have for something that occurs every 5 years? जैसे election, we have seen this term also. Something that you can say sportsmanship, characteristic, spirit, anything. So because spirit is related to sportsmanship also. Quickly, this word we have discussed, something that occurs every 5 years. So what is the word for that? Anyone who remembers that word we discussed? Quinquennial, very good. So quinquennial basically we refer to something that occurs every 5 years. Well done, good. Clear? So 4 years, that is quadrennial. Quinquennial, that is for something that recurring every 5 years. जो हर 5 साल में चीजें होती हैं, ठीक है? Next word we have is better. Now see, this is a very good word. Better is used as a verb here, not as an adjective. Better as a verb, it has V2 V3 form. You can use the word bettered, bettering. ठीक है? जो बहुत बार हमें odd लगता है कि better is an adjective only, comparative degree. It can be a verb. You should try to be better than others. So better is an adjective there. But I have bettered than you. So bettered is a verb here. So it means to surpass others, to improve others. That is better as a verb. सेंस वही है, बेटर का मतलब दूसरों से अच्छा होना, बट द वर्ड कैन बी यूज्ड as a verb also, that means to surpass or to improve. Okay, next word we have is predator. So predator basically we call to an animal that preys on others. Preys on others means that eats others, जो दूसरे एनिमल का शिकार करके खाता है, जैसे लायन, tiger. So these are predators because they kill other animals and then they eat. Okay, so an animal that kills others, that preys on others, दूसरे एनिमल का शिकार करके खाता है, that is called predator. Okay, yes, hunt. So preys on basically hunts other and eats. Okay, prey is used as a verb here. Prey can be noun also. You know, prey, prey basically is a noun also that we call to शिकार. किसी भी चीज का शिकार हो जाना. So that is called prey. Okay, carnivorous animals. See, men are also carnivorous. We are also carnivorous, right? Human beings. But we do not prey on other animals, right? जैसे lion and tiger, they are the best. You can say carnivorous animals also. ठीक है? Next word we have is leeway. Leeway basically we call to scope, freedom to move or act. Okay, so scope of doing something, freedom to do something. Okay, so that is called leeway. Leeway अभी हमने देखा भी था, that is noun. Predator is also a noun. Okay, human beings are omnivorous. We are carnivorous plus yes, herbivorous. We are omnivorous, right? I hope you know these terms: carnivorous, herbivorous, omnivorous. इसमें एक word था, one who eats on, depends on only fish. What is the word for that? एक बार एसएससी में क्वेश्चन था, one who depends on fish, जो सिर्फ fish खाता है. So one somebody gave me the answer Bengali. So one who it depends on only fish. No, no, not isithivorous. The word is piscivore. Piscivore we call to a person who depends on fish. मतलब not a person, any animal. Because यहाँ पर ये depend करता है सारे categories को. The living creatures. Okay, so it can be animal, any animal that depends only on fish, that is called piscivore. ठीक है, तो इस तरह से word होता है. चलिए next word, translocation. So translocation, as the word itself suggests, it is noun. So movement of something from one place to another. Okay, so translocation. So एक location से दूसरे location पे कर देना, so that is called translocation. Next word we have is darting. So dart is also a good word. It has two meanings. Dart basically we call to move or run suddenly. Moving here and there suddenly, that is called dart. Dart also we call to shoot an animal with a dart, especially to administer drug. कि जो एक इंजेक्शन देने के लिए, उनको ड्रग देने के लिए जो उनको शूट करते हैं, so that is also called dart. So you have to see which meaning fits in the context. So one is moving or running suddenly, and another is shooting an animal with a dart to administer drug, that is called dart. You can see that we are having terms of different terminologies we are having. तो आर्टिकल भी बिल्कुल अलग होने वाली है. ये पॉलिटिक्स से हट के होने वाली है हमारी आर्टिकल. ओके, ट्रैंकुलाइजर यू कैन से ट्रैंकुल. नेक्स्ट वर्ड वी हैव इज इकोलॉजी. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड for SSC aspirants, very very important word. Ecology we call to study of the relationship of living organisms with their physical environment. किसी भी living organism का उनके physical environment के साथ क्या relationship होता है, so that is called ecology. Okay, Next word we have is conundrum. Conundrum is noun that refers to difficult problem. So conundrum, as you know, we call to it puzzle also a difficult problem, that is also called conundrum. It is also a noun. Okay. Vicinity we call to locality, surrounding, neighborhood, that is called vicinity. पास आस पड़ोस जिसको कहते हैं, your area, nearby area, so that is called vicinity. There is no hospital in my vicinity, it means in my locality, in my surrounding, कि मेरे आसपास कोई भी hospital नहीं है, so that is called vicinity. So vicinity is also a noun that refers to locality, surrounding and neighborhood. Okay. Dent. Now from here we are having the vocabs of second article. Okay. Dent is a verb. देखिए गाड़ी में डेंट लग जाती है सबको. इट कैन बी अ नाउन ऑल्सो, इट कैन बी अ वर्ब ऑल्सो. डेंट हियर रेफर्स टू हैव एन एडवर्स इफेक्ट ऑन समथिंग. किसी भी चीज पे निगेटिव इफेक्ट होना. एडवर्स इफेक्ट बेसिकली वी कॉल टू नेगेटिव इफेक्ट. टू हैव अ नेगेटिव इफेक्ट ऑन समथिंग, दैट इज कॉल्ड डेंट. यू कैन से टू डिमिनिश समथिंग, टू रिड्यूस समथिंग. किसी भी चीज को रिड्यूस कर देना, क्वालिटी को डिमिनिश कर देना, दैट इज कॉल्ड डेंट. ओके. यस. लेसन ऑल्सो यू कैन से, कम्यूट ऑल्सो यू कैन से. Negative impact on something, that is called dent. Rattle. Rattle sound, you know. Rattle here as a verb, it refers to make nervous, worried or irritated. Mar also, we can use this word for mar also. Spoiling something, spoiling the reputation of something, you can use the word dent. Means to have an adverse effect on anything. If you have taken a brand new car, somebody has pelted stone on your car, so your car will get a dent. It is dented. Okay, so we can say rattle, we say make nervous, worried or irritated. To disconcert, disconcert means trouble someone. Disturb, unnerve, trouble, all these are the synonyms of the word rattle. किसी को भी trouble करना, disturb करना, unnerve करना, these are the synonyms of the word rattle. Okay, it is also a verb. Next word we have is blunt. Blunt basically we call to see rattle एक बच्चों के लिए आता है. Those who understand Hindi we call झुनझुना, right? So rattle is a noun also. It is an object that creates sound and we give it to newborn babies. मतलब small babies we give. Okay. So that is rattle as a noun. Rattling sound also we have. But rattle here we call to disturb, to unnerve someone. Okay. Trouble. Blunt basically we call to not sharp. Blunt is the opposite of the word sharp. You know, my knife is blunt. Blunt means it's not sharp. ठीक है, खुरदुरा. But blunt, as per this article, it means straightforward. Yes. Frank, candid reply. So yes, you can say call a spade. A spade means no word. Yes. Call a spade a spade. जो है खरा खरा कहना. So blunt here word we are using it in speech. So straightforward talk, frank talk, candid talk, call a spade a spade. और अभी आपको पता means no word. So in that case, you can use the word blunt. Blunt reply. Okay. VILE, while basically we call to criticize. VILE, while basically we call to criticize. It is not criticizing. It is like you are having honest talk. जो सही है वही बोल रहे हैं, वो भले दूसरे को खराब लगे. Okay, so that is the meaning. Next word we have is nudge. We have seen this so many times. Nudge basically we call to stimulate, encourage. That is called nudge. Okay. Yes, Apur, perfectly right. So while basically we call to criticize, vilify, a rap over the knuckles. Okay, that is the meaning. So nudge is a verb. Blunt is an adjective. Clear? Next word we have is backlash. So backlash basically we call to strong negative reaction. Okay, this word we can use for criticism. स्ट्रॉन्ग क्रिटिसिज्म बाय अ लार्ज नंबर ऑफ पीपल, दैट इज कॉल्ड बैकलैश. ठीक है. तो बहुत सारे लोग जब किसी भी चीज के लिए, स्पेशली गवर्नमेंट के लिए, तो वेन एवर गवर्नमेंट हैज एनी न्यू पॉलिसी, सो देर इज अ बैकलैश. ठीक है. बैकलैश मीन्स द पब्लिक दे गिव स्ट्रॉन्ग नेगेटिव रिएक्शन, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड बैकलैश क्रिटिसिज्म. ठीक है. Next word we have is defer. As you know, defer is a verb that means to postpone, defer, put off, procrastinate, टाल देना किसी चीज को. So defer. Next word we have is tap. Tap word basically we call to make use of something, utilize something, exploit something. Tap the market. तो टैप करना मतलब किसी भी चीज का बेनिफिट उठाना. सो टू मेक यूज ऑफ समथिंग, टू यूटिलाइज समथिंग, एक्सप्लॉइट समथिंग, कैपिटलाइज, ऑल दीज आर द सिनोनिम्स ऑफ द वर्ड टैप. टैप इज व्हाट? टैप इज वर्ब. That is verb. Okay. Deference is respect. Yes. Next word we have is collateral damage. So collateral damage basically we call to inadvertent casualties. Okay. Yes, I told it can be tend to be to spoil someone's situation. Yes, to mar someone's reputation. We can say Arun. Now see, collateral damage basically we call to some damage that is inadvertently caused. Inadvertent, I hope you know that is unintentional. See, whenever there is a war, there is a collateral damage because there are many civilians who are killed in that war. So that is called collateral damage कि आप चाहते भी ना चाहते हुए भी आपको casualties हो जाए, that is called collateral damage. Okay. Next word we have is derail. Derail basically we call to obstruct, hinder or thwart someone. मतलब prevent from succeeding. So obstruct, hinder, thwart, prevent, all these are the synonyms of the word derail. Derail is a verb. Next word we have is cutting edge. Cutting edge basically we call to highly advanced. Cutting edge tool we say. So cutting edge technology we say. So highly advanced technology, that is called cutting edge. Okay. Next word we have is recourse. Recourse basically we call to a source of help in a difficult situation. ठीक है? Option. So your option, your choice, your help in a difficult situation, that is called recourse. Okay. So we have seen so many words. Now let us see idioms and phrases. All the idioms are of yesterday's session. Second article. सारे idioms second article से related हैं. ठीक है? Hark back. Hark back means mention or remember something from the past. ठीक है? वापस की चीजों को mention करना. ठीक है? So when you mention something, when you remember something from the past, so that is called hark back. Okay? Remain on edge. It means to be nervous or worried, anxious. So remain on edge means one who is anxious, one who is nervous or worried. That is called remain on edge. Okay. Now we have phrasal verbs. The first phrasal verb is kick in. Kick in means come into effect or operation. So the policy has kicked in. It means it has come into effect. It has come into operation. So that is called kick in. Okay. Precursor basically we call to forerunner. Precursor we call to forerunner. Something that serves you that what is going to happen. कि मतलब कोई चीज होने वाली है बाद में बट उसके पहले जो आपको एक आइडिया लग जाता है प्रीसीडिंग यस फोर रनर सो दैट इज कॉल्ड प्रीकर्सर प्री मीन्स बिफोर हैपनिंग बिफोर समथिंग सिंपल ओके trailblazer yes so trailblazer something that sets the path for upcoming thing जैसे qualifying pre is a precursor for mains so once you qualify pre then only you will have that option for mains okay. Next word we have is crop up. Crop up we call to appear, occur or come to someone's notice unexpectedly. So that is called crop up. मतलब appear हो जाना, कर, ठीक है? Kick in as you know. Next we have is bully into. Bully into basically we say to threaten or hurt someone, to frighten someone. Bullying you all know. So ये भी phrasal verb हो गया. तो threaten or hurt someone, frighten someone. किसी को डरा धमका के कोई काम कराना. So to frighten someone into doing something. किसी को डरा धमका के कोई काम कराना, that is called bully into. Okay. Next word we have is flare up. Flare up basically we call to a sudden outburst of something. किसी भी चीज का तेजी से outburst हो जाना, that is called flare up. Okay. Intimidate, yes. Intimidate, threaten, hurt, all these synonyms you can use. So we have covered many vocabs, phrasal verbs, idioms, everything. Let's start today's article. Okay. Guys, as you know, Banking Super Elite is the best buy plan on Oliveboard channel. So Oliveboard platform, you can say basically. So you can join Banking Super Elite if you are seriously targeting banking exam. In the same way, you can join SSC Super Elite also, those who are targeting SSC examinations. Okay. For purchasing anything on Oliveboard platform, use my code Saba. Join this Telegram channel for updates and for PDF. हर सेशन के अपडेट के लिए पीडीएफ के लिए यू मे ज्वाइन दिस टेलीग्राम चैनल ओके read it quick reading an important article we are having today quick reading That is farewell. Fare. Farewell or fair words we say. Everyone has read. Let's see. नेसेसरी इंटरवेंशन, ओके, कहीं पर भी आपको इंटरवीन करने की जरूरत है, ओके, ऑन इंडियाज कंजर्वेशन इथोस. सो कंजर्वेशन हियर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट टाइगर कंजर्वेशन, कंजर्वेशन ऑफ एनिमल्स, ओके. इथोस यू नो स्पिरिट. So there is something that we need to intervene, and this intervention is related to conservation ethos, conservation of animals, okay. Improving the habitat, you know, dwelling place that sustains tigers is key to increasing their numbers. So if we want to conserve more number of animals or tigers, basically यहाँ पर बात किसकी हो रही है, टाइगर की हो रही है. तो अगर we if we want to increase the number of tigers, then the best way to is to improve their habitat, कि जिस एरिया में वो रह रहे हैं उसको improve करना. Because if the dwelling place will be good, then definitely they will breed, and of course their numbers will increase, okay. The Wildlife Institute of India and the National Tiger Conservation Authority, who are responsible for the quadrennial tiger census reports, recently updated their estimates for the animals numbers. So these two institutes, ठीक है, they are responsible for publishing the report, and this report is published every 4 years. हर 4 साल पे ये जो है publish की जाती है. So they have recently given their updates, ठीक है, on the tiger census reports. इसमें उन्होंने अपना update दिया है. What is the update? Madhya Pradesh, for the second time in 8 years, so reported 785 tigers, or about a fifth of the national count. It means the number of tigers has increased in Madhya Pradesh, and this is for the two census reports. जैसे 4 साल में होता है, तो पिछले 8 सालों में consequently मध्य प्रदेश में the number of tigers that has increased. Okay. So Madhya Pradesh has reported 785 tigers, and this number is one-fifth of the national count. It means you can say that one-fifth of the tigers they are in Madhya Pradesh only. Okay? So the state reported a 50% rise in tigers since the last census. So if you compare it with the last like 4 year back report, अगर आप 4 साल पहले रिपोर्ट की बात करेंगे, so the state reported 50% rise in tigers, कि इसको 50% इंक्रीमेंट देखने को मिला, ठीक है. A figure bettered means improved only by Bihar, मतलब बिहार से ही कंपैरिजन आप कर रहे हैं, which has less than 10% of MP's tiger. So there is a competition, we are talking about MP and Bihar, ठीक है. So in Bihar we have less than 10% of this number, ठीक है. वहां पर जो यहाँ पर नंबर है मध्य प्रदेश में, उससे 10% less number we are having in Bihar of tigers, okay. While many factors contribute to the dynamics of the tigers present in a region, MP over the years has perfected the approach of actively moving both tigers as well as their prey within the state to balance predator and prey population. Now, there are many factors that contribute to the increasing numbers of tigers. ठीक है? For you can say dynamic of the tiger, कि उनका number किस वजह से बढ़ेगा. So there are many factors. But Madhya Pradesh has done a good task, that it has perfected the approach. Perfected means it has improved the approach of moving both tigers as well as their prey. Because these tigers, they need some animals to prey on. ठीक है, उनको शिकार करने के लिए जानवर चाहिए. So what Madhya Pradesh has done, कि उन्होंने टाइगर के साथ साथ जो प्रेस थे उनके नंबर को भी इंक्रीज किया है. So that the state has balanced both the predator, that is the tiger, predator population and the prey population. तो दोनों को बैलेंस किया हुआ है. Okay. In the last 2 decades, that is 20 years, MP has reintroduced species such as Barasinga, swamp deer. So these are preys. You know, tigers, they prey on deer and all. So Madhya Pradesh government, they have reintroduced the species of Barasinga, that is swamp deer, to new habitats such as Satpura, Bandhavgarh and the Gaur, to the Bandhavgarh and Sanjay Dubri tiger reserves. So in all these tiger reserves, the Madhya Pradesh government has introduced, okay, the state has introduced these preys, Barasinga, swamp deer, okay. Prey is species such as cheetal, that is spotted deer. So these are the species of deer, okay, and deer is the best prey for tiger, okay, have been successfully supplemented in the Satpura and Sanjay tiger reserves, Nora Dehi, Kuno, and Gandhi Sagar wildlife sanctuaries through translocation from high density Pench and Bandhavgarh. So from high density area, they have balanced that. whatever reserves we are having in Madhya Pradesh, जो भी reserves है जैसे कूनो, गांधी सागर and all these things, okay? So whatever reserves we are having, so they have put, they have balanced the number of preys also in all those areas where there is a population of tiger. Did you get the point? कि उन्होंने उसको perfectly balance किया पूरे state में, and this is the reason why we have got to see increase in the number of tigers. Okay, these often involve tracking, darting, and capturing animals. Now, if you want to translocate animals, ठीक है, अगर आप एक place से दूसरे place पे ले जा रहे हैं, so there are many process. So you have to track the animals, you have to dart them. Dart मतलब basically उनको tranquilize कर देते हैं आप, right? Capture animals, keeping them in temporary enclosure, उनको एक temporary enclosure में बंद करके then you transfer them, okay, then you move them until they reach sufficient numbers, and then releasing them into their new habitat, and then we have to release them into their new habitat. So this translocation of animals, it is not an easy task. It requires multiple stages, multiple processes. Okay, principles of ecology. Ecology means relationship of an organism with its environment, however, insist that such relocation only be done within landscapes that are not too alien to the species, lest it be counterproductive. Now, what happens if you are translocating an animal? You know, every animal has its own adaptation nature. So, you cannot put an animal into a completely alien place. Alien means strange. Like if an animal is adaptive towards hot climate, तो आप उसको बहुत cold में नहीं रख सकते हैं. तो you know, as per the climate we can see different species of animals, right? So this is what ki, this is also very important, that we cannot keep those animals in a very separate environment. जिसकी वो habitual है उसी तरह के environment में उन्हें रखना चाहिए, ठीक है? However, recent amendments to the Forest Conservation Act give more leeway. Leeway means scope, freedom, for large parcels of forest land to be diverted for industrial concerns. But अभी जो recent amendment हुआ है Forest Conservation Act में, so it gives freedom for large parcels of forest land. Means you can use a big area of forest land for industrial concern. Okay, these would mean greater fragmentation within reserves and more dependence on the practice of moving prey around to maintain carnivore numbers. It means now when forest will be used for industrial reasons, industrial purpose. So it means there will be fragmentation within reserves. फिर वहां पे आपको fragmentation, separation देखने को मिलेगा. Now the dependence will be again moving prey around to maintain carnivore number. फिर उनको वहां से हमें animals को shift करके दूसरी जगह पे रखना पड़ेगा so that we can maintain that carnivore number. Okay. This approach, however, increasingly poses a conundrum to India's philosophy of conservation, which is to avoid creating fenced, segregated spaces and confined species to admittedly large but bounded tracts. Now, what does it mean? This approach of moving the animals, carnivores, from one place to another place, okay, it poses a difficult problem. ये एक प्रॉब्लम है फॉर व्हाट, फॉर इंडियाज फिलोसफी ऑफ कंजर्वेशन. व्हाट इज आवर फिलोसफी ऑफ कंजर्वेशन? दैट वी वांट टू अवॉइड क्रिएटिंग फेंस्ड सेग्रीगेटेड स्पेस, because we want the animals to live in their natural space. We don't want to create any such type of boundary. Okay, हम किसी भी तरह की boundary नहीं create करते हैं. So this approach, because once we are giving the land also for industrial concerns and all, okay, so now this managing the number of carnivore will be difficult for India. It will be a great problem for us. Okay, India's conservation ethos, right from the conception of Project Tiger, was to restore the beast numbers in a way that it could coexist with human. So since we have started this Project Tiger, ठीक है, जब से हमने ये start किया Project Tiger, so our main spirit was, our ethos was, conservation ethos क्या था, हमारा spirit क्या था, that we wanted to restore the beast number, that is animal number, tigers number, in a way that it can coexist with human, कि human के साथ ये coexist हो जाए. You know, the species of tiger is declining, it is on the verge of extinction. So that is what was our spirit of preserving tiger. Okay, with the government finding it harder to maintain connected forest landscape and ensure man and beast stay within their confines, Expecting nature alone to restore the predator prey balance is a fantasy. Fantasy means wild imagination. Now, when the government is not able to maintain, okay, the forest landscape and that connect between man and animal. So if the government is leaving everything to nature, that nature will restore this number, okay, this balance. So it is just a wild imagination because nature can't do, now human intervention is required. So we cannot leave this completely on nature, okay. It is time that more states implemented V2 form is given. Okay, subject is given. So V2 form is given. Active prey management policies. Now it is high time every state implemented active prey management policies ki har state ko jo management policy hai, prey management policy they have to adopt like Madhya Pradesh has adopted. Okay, this will require drawing on scientific expertise and also support from people living in the vicinity of reserves. Now, it will require, we need, if we need the support from the scientific expertise also, we need their guidance also, and we need the cooperation of people also, those who are living nearby that reserves. Okay, जो भी tiger reserves हैं, जो भी conservative areas हैं, तो वहां पर जो लोग उस area में रह रहे हैं, we need their support also. Okay, more importantly, this should prompt a move from the approach of focusing on carnivore numbers to evaluating whether the habitat necessary to sustain these animals is being consistently improved. And we should also focus on their habitat, the dwelling place that we are providing. Okay, so whether it is able, matlab that has the capacity to improve the number of these preys or not. So we have to ensure that also. Okay, so we have to focus on the dwelling place, the habitat of these predators also. It is time is followed by simple past when the subject is given. So subject is here, so V2 form is required. That is absolutely correct. See, such an matlab, this article has been put in a very nice way. If you see the balance of the word, the approach and everything, so that is perfectly nice, right? Nicely, like you can say, put articles, right? What is the tone of this article? Quickly, guys, let me know tone. Critical, are we getting anything critical here? We can say first laudatory for a bit laudatory only it is for MP. A bit laudatory we have for MP. Okay? Then we have analytical also. So we have a bit laudatory and analytical. Yes. So we didn't find anywhere critical. Okay, the author is not criticizing any step. See, if you are saying that they have to balance the number of prey, so that is ecology. Without prey, we cannot have predators. So वो तो ecology है. We cannot leave anything to grow. ठीक है, that is ecology. So that is not criticizing because if we will not provide prey to predators, so they will not be there. So to balance that number, providing prey is also very much important. Okay, so yes, we can say laudatory, analytical, technical, we can say definitely because data is given, and suggestive also. Suggestion also author has given. Okay, chaliye. Next, this is yesterday's article, but a nice article, very very nice article. Quickly, this I will explain because कल तो PDF share ही किया था मैंने. That 70s show. Why the of figurative you can't say no. Figurative we say when there is too much of figures of speech and all these things. So there is nothing of nothing as such. Okay. That 70s show. 70 के show की बात हो रही है. On India's restrictions on imports of laptops, PCs, tablets and servers. ठीक है. तो इंडिया का जो एक restriction है, मतलब the thing that we did in 70, now the same thing our government is keen on doing in 2023. Are you getting my point? So something that we did in 1970, the same thing we are going to do in 2023. So that is what author has mentioned, that 70 show कि 70 का show चल रहा है, right? So India has put restriction on the imports of laptop, PC, tablet and server. मतलब अब ये सारी चीजों के import पे restriction हो गया है, ठीक है? The proposed licensing regime for computing devices imports dents India's credibility. Dents means spoils, affects India's credibility. Now, what is the restriction? Now the government is saying that all those companies or all those business people, those who are importing laptop, PCs, tablets and all these things, they need to have a license. So this proposed licensing regime कि फिर से उनको license बनवाना पड़ेगा, then only they will be able to import computing devices. So this affects India's credibility. ये इंडिया की credibility को क्या करता है, affect करता है. Okay. Marking a sudden and sharp shift in India's foreign trade policy, the Commerce and Industry Ministry on August 3rd notified restrictions on imports of laptops, PCs, tablets, and servers, making it compulsory for importers to secure a license, as I said. So there is a change in that foreign trade policy. Now, those who are importing these PCs, computing devices, okay, they will have to, the importers, they need to have a license. Okay, government का license होना चाहिए. The curbs were to kick in with immediate effect. Actually, this curb, this restriction was to be applicable immediately. ठीक है, that was to start with immediate effect. Immediate effect के साथ इसको start करना था. Rattling the entire supply chain. Now if we are proposing any such that restriction, and that too with immediate effect, because immediately no one is having the license, it will take some certain time to get the license. Okay, so the government was to put this curb on an immediate basis. And rattling means disturbing the entire supply chain, क्योंकि पूरा सप्लाई चेन इससे जो था वो बिगड़ सकता था अगर इसको इमीडिएट बेसिस पे स्टार्ट कर देते हैं. ठीक है. So including shipments in transit, because there might be many shipment in the transit जो कि way पे होगा, transit में होगा. Okay, so it will affect the entire business and igniting fears of shortages and price surges, especially ahead of the festive season. So people, they had fear कि now there will be shortage of laptops and all these computing devices, and there can be price rise also, because the supply कम होगा, demand ज्यादा होगा, तो of course there will be shortage, that too before festive season. So you know, Diwali, Dashera, the complete festive season is to start. Okay. The government sought to suggest this was primarily driven by security concerns. Imported devices could be used for surveillance, just as mobile phones could have spyware. Now, government has its own reason that government is putting this curve. It is making the license necessary because these devices can be used for security concerns. Okay, जैसे आपके मोबाइल फोन में spyware होता है, so in the same way these devices can be used as a surveillance. Okay. It was also a rather blunt nudge for IT hardware producers to set up manufacturing bases in India by tapping a production linked incentive scheme which has found few takers. Now, immediate basis, if you want that somebody will come, IT hardware producers, they will come and set up their business in India. So that is also practically not possible. And also there are very few people, those who are interested in setting up their companies, just HP, HCL, all these other companies. Okay. So very few, you can say, companies, they are interested in having their manufacturing bases in India. Okay, so this is also a blunt nudge. Blunt nudge means sharp nudge for all the IT hardware producers, that they were asked to set up their manufacturing bases in India by tapping means making use of production linked incentive scheme. Okay, and this scheme has found very few takers, matlab very few people were interested in this. But complex PC component value chains cannot crop up overnight. और जब हम complex PC component की बात करते हैं, so it cannot occur overnight. ये एक रात में नहीं हो जाएगा. And concerns also flared up about how this may hit India's software and IT-enabled services export prowess. There were also because when you are putting a restriction on the import of tablets and all, so these days because of digital India, on the one hand, government is focusing on to make India digitalized, right? And on the other hand, government is banning all these imports. So of course, this all has created a concern that how it will affect India's software and IT enabled services, कि जहां पर इन सारी चीजों की जरूरत होती है उसको कैसे अफेक्ट करेगा. Okay. Sensing a backlash, now the government sensed that there is going to be a strong criticism. ठीक है. So the government went to damage control. तो government damage control करने के लिए चली गई, deferring the curve. So the government has postponed the curve till November 1st. Means at least ये जो immediate effects है, initially the government was to start this on an immediate basis, but now the government has postponed this curve till November 1st. Means after November 1st, license will be mandatory. So till November 1st, they can import these things. Okay, so this is something that has government has done to damage the control, for damage control. Okay, and promising expeditious approvals to license request. Government has also promised that there will be expeditious is called to swift approval of license, because you know there is so much red tapeism in government process, especially license and all. So it takes so much of time to get a license, but the government has promised that they will be issuing the license on an urgent basis or very quickly. Okay, while ministers asserted this was not a return to the license Raj era. On the one hand, they are making license mandatory, and on the second hand, the ministers, the central government ministers, they are saying that we don't want to return to license Raj. कि एक पहले था ना कि हर चीज के लिए लाइसेंस होना चाहिए था. So उसकी वजह से red tapeism was very much common. Red tapeism, you know, too much official formality. So now they are saying that we don't want to return to license Raj. So there is a contrast, you can say. Clear, everyone? Article is very important, so I hope it is clear to you all. Even if import licenses will be issued in minutes, मतलब suppose just take it, okay, कि even if the government is going to issue the licenses in minutes, that is next to possible, but फिर भी मान लीजिए गवर्नमेंट बहुत स्विफ्ट प्रोसेस करती है कि 1 मिनट के अंदर, 2 मिनट में, 5 मिनट में वो लाइसेंस इशू कर देती है, as they have indicated that they are going to make the process of licensing very very fast, quickly they will be issuing the license. Okay, the entire spectacle is a hark back to the early days of India's IT industry that was gradually freed up through the 1970s and 1980s, and the industry players are likely to remain on edge till the licensing criteria became clear. Now, whatever the government may say, but still the entire episode is dating back to 1970 and 1980. Hark back means mentioning to the past event. Okay, so this completely mentions the thing that used to happen in 1970. So that was the time when IT industry was struggling. Okay, so that time we had all these license and all these things. Okay, license process, ये सारी चीजें थी उस time पर. Now we have freed our industry from this 1970 and 1980 का जो process था उससे free up किया है. Now the government is again taking us back to that era where we need license for importing all such articles. Okay, and industry players, now all those who are into this market, they are likely to remain on edge means tensed till the licensing criteria become clear. कि जब तक ये पूरा process, पूरा scenario clear नहीं होता, of course they will be tensed. Okay, would importers need to justify imports of cutting edge devices, or a software firm need to submit proof of new hires or fresh exports orders to secure licenses? So these are the questions that everyone is having. कि whether importers, they have to justify the imports of high end devices, जो बहुत high end devices है उनके लिए उनको license justify करना पड़ेगा, or a software firm, और जो भी software firm है, they need to submit proof of new hires or fresh export orders. कि if they are hiring new employees, of course they will have to give the devices also. So how it is going to work, so nobody is having clarity, so everyone is confused, you can say. They are having these questions. Okay, if PC and tablet imports, which fell almost 28% in 22 to 23 to $5.3 billion, are causing security fears because many come from China, the government can mandate testing norms to verify shipments. Now, see, so many information author has used in one statement only. See, already our import of PC and tablet, that is falling. Okay, it has fell almost 28% last year. So 2022-23 में it has fell to 28% तक ये कम हो गया था. Already this industry is declining. Now, if the government has that security concern, so government can have some testing norms. Because government को सबसे ज्यादा खतरा किससे? China से. So government, rather than having this license and all, government can have some testing norm to verify the shipment. Okay, if the intention is to, इस पर investment, अगर intention investment बढ़ाने का है, it is difficult to bully closer majors into committing large outlays at virtual gunpoint when they have other easier to do business alternative around the world. Now, if government wants that all these industries, they all these key players, they will start there, they will set up their manufacturing bases in India. So it is very difficult कि उनसे गन पॉइंट पे कोई काम कराया जाए. We cannot force them, we cannot intimidate them to come and run start their bases in India. Okay, because they have other options, उनके पास और भी easier to do business alternative है. So they have other options around the world. Why would they come to India? और जहां पर इतने rapidly changes हो रहा है, so of course we cannot force them in this way that they should come and put up their manufacturing base in India. Okay. Any increase in costs or limitations on device options would also imply collateral damage for India's consumers. You know, even though the government wants to put a curb on these industries, but if there will be shortage, there will be cost high. ठीक है, the cost will be high, price will be high, and any limitation on these devices, they will also damage, they will also hurt, unintentionally they will hurt India's consumers. क्योंकि पैसे तो उन्हें देना है, खरीदना तो उन्हें है. So of course it is going to hurt our India's consumers. ये industries का कुछ नहीं जाएगा, but it will affect India's consumers. Okay. For many households and small enterprises, this is not just about crossing the digital divide, but also access to government services increasingly going online in the digital India. So even when we talk about any household or any small businesses, okay, so now it is their need. They need one laptop, they need one PC, they need something, because there are many policies of India that are going online through digital India. So on one hand, we are promoting digital India, and on the other hand, we are putting a curb on all these devices. So they both can't go hand in hand. So of course, the it will be like a suffering for the consumers. Okay. Taken together with some recent policy ploys, such as 28% GST on gaming beds, the freeze in prices of deregulated petroleum products, this development makes for an ominous flashback for investors. Now, government is taking so many policies, bringing so many policies, so many curbs, बहुत सारी चीजें, जैसे 28% GST on gaming, ठीक है, अभी इस पे चल ही रहा था, फरोर था इस पर. Then there was freezing in prices of deregulated petroleum products. So all these things will make an ominous flashback. Ominous means bad flashback for investors, because nobody will want to invest in India. So it is going to be a bad thing for Indian economy. Okay. अनप्रेडिक्टेबल पॉलिसीज, मतलब एकदम से पॉलिसी लेके चले आते हैं जिसके बारे में किसी को उम्मीद भी नहीं होती है. एक्सेसिव टैक्सेशन and returning to maximum government can derail India's reform story. Of course, it will prevent India from reformation. It will prevent India's growth, India's development. So government should think on bringing such random policies. Clear? Tone of the article. So we can say the tone is critical. Author has openly criticized all these policies of government. It is concerned because it will affect India's case. Okay, so it is concern also, and yes, it is analytical. Yes, right. Clear, everyone? I hope the tone is clear. So critical also we have, concern also we have, analytical also we have. Right. Pessimistic. Yes, we can say pessimistic, because it is going to dent India's reputation also, India's growth also. Okay. So there is pessimism. Find the error. This error is on the part of editor. Quickly find the error, guys. Because author has criticized all these policies, these random policies. It will affect Indian consumers. Very good, Apurv. Now, this is something that has been done by the editor. As you know, both will be paired with and, not as well as. अब इसीलिए कहते हैं ग्रामर आप एडिटोरियल से नहीं सीख सकते हैं. This is something that we all know. Both as well as is always wrong. Both is paired with and. But this is something that editor has used. आपको मैं शो कर देती हूँ. यहाँ पर आपको देखिए लिखा होगा, मिलेगा that factor is, see, both as well as. Can you see this? तो ये आपके एडिटर की मिस्टेक है. Both tigers as well as their prey. So this is something wrong between and, both and. Okay. So we can't focus on core grammar that editors use. Clear everyone? चलिए. We are done with this. Please use these two phrases in a sentence of your own. I hope both the articles, they were of two different genres. Very good articles we have, because politics के बाद जब भी कुछ ऐसा different article आता है तो we should definitely do. Okay. Today one more article was related to that economy. पॉलिसी रेट्स, आपने देखा होगा कि कल ही पॉलिसी रेट पे जो भी डिसीजन लिया गया आरबीआई का. सो प्लीज गो थ्रू दैट आर्टिकल. दैट इज सिंपल आर्टिकल, इकोनॉमी बेस्ड है तो कॉमन टर्म्स ओनली यू विल नॉट गेट एनी डिफिकल्ट टर्म. So please go through that article, especially the banking candidates. Okay, so those who are targeting banking also, so they should go through that RBI policy. Take update. So there is one article related to that. Also do that. Okay. So thank you everyone. Please do hit the like button before leaving. Subscribe to our YT channel. Share this session with others. एक बार सभी लोग सेशन को like, share और subscribe कर दीजिएगा चैनल को. ठीक है. So thank you everyone. We will meet at 9 a.m. 9 बजे हम मिलेंगे. ठीक है. So today also we are going to have complete mock for SSCTube mains. So do join 9 a.m. session, guys.